What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is going to be your review for Growing Up Hip Hop Season 5, Episode 22. Next week is the season finale. So let's go ahead and get through this episode. Let's go on and knock out a bunch of stuff we don't care about. So we have the first scene. We have Angela and Bow Wow, and she's having a pop-up shop, and they're really hyping up this whole stalker situation. And again, I don't know if it's the same dude that was stalking her from season 1, or she got another stalker, or whatever the situation is. But let me be clear. Everybody else seems to be way more concerned than Angela does. So my thing is, I'm gonna match your energy. If you don't care, I don't care. If you don't think it's a big deal, I don't think it's a big deal. You know that people keep telling her she needs to stop posting where she's gonna be on social media because this man, I think, lives in Chicago, but he found out where she lived in New York, and now he's in LA, and it seems like he's been DMing all of her friends and family, and it's crazy. Like, but she just doesn't seem to be concerned at all. I mean, even her mom is telling her, "Look, you might need to take this a little more serious." And I understand that people post on social media where they're going to be, especially celebrities when they're doing events to, get people there and stuff. So I definitely get that. And, so I understand that side of it, but, you might need to put some security in place. Like, y'all clearly, we'll get to that later on in the episode, but you clearly know who this dude is. Like, can't y'all have his face on the, like to security? Like, don't let this dude, I don't know. I just feel like they could be doing way more with the situation than it seems like they're doing, or at least what they showed us they're doing. Let me put it like that. Then we see Vanessa talking to Daddy Run about her weight and her insecurities and what happened with her and Angela. So let me go on and knock this out real quick. She went to a doctor to see about getting lipo. She ultimately decided not to do the lipo. She decided she was going to stick with the dieting and the exercise and just kind of lose it that way. Her dad told her point blank, listen, if you decide to have plastic surgery, like, I'm okay with that. Like, I'm never going to tell you you can't do that. I just want you to make sure you're doing it in a safe manner, aka going to a reputable doctor. Don't be doing no back alley shit. You got the money to pay for the best and do it right. But he told her, I've never, he said, it's been a long time since I've been that skinny run, and I don't try to live by anybody else's standard. He was like, I still can get on that stage and I can still do what I do. And then she asked him, well, don't you think there's a double standard? And his response was no. And I'm like, come on, stop it. There is a double standard. There's always been a double standard when it comes to women and the standard of beauty and the industry that she's in. Like, she's not wrong to feel like the industry that she's in, it could be an issue. She said she used to be a Ford model, so she understands the pressure to be a certain size. And like I said before, everybody sees something different. Like, as someone myself who's a big girl, who's always sort of been a big girl. I mean, when I say sort, I'm a big girl now, but I mean, I wasn't always as big as I am now. I look at Vanessa and I'm like, girl, I'll take your size in a New York minute. But when you used to be in a size 2 and now you're knocking on a size 8, 10, or whatever whatever her size is, it is hard, and so I get it. I understand it. Later on in the episode, her and Angela have a sit down, and Angela said the same thing I said. Like, listen, I was just, I invited you to the photo shoot. I wanted you to be in the photo shoot because I had women there who were all shapes, all sizes, all colors, and I thought that would be something that would help you and understand to embrace your body, whatever it is. They talked about it, and then ultimately what she did was she bought Vanessa's stylist in to show her, listen, you don't have to be walking around in yoga pants and, oversized t-shirts. Like, you can still rock the size that you're in. We just got to find clothes that you feel. Because she was saying, have you been shopping? And she was like, I don't want to shop for this size. And I totally, totally understand that as well. You keep a closet full of clothes you used to be able to fit into because in your mind, next week, you're going to be able to get in those clothes again. The reality is, it is a process. You do have to find a way to be comfortable in the skin that you're in and work on getting the weight off. And, I know I've done it for myself. Sometimes your favorite pair of pants that you can't fit no more, maybe you have to put those out on the closet and be like, that's the goal. I want to be able to get in these pants again. You know what I mean? So I get it. I understand, whatever. So that's that. We're going to go ahead and knock that out. Then we have TT. TT is in a funk because at the end of the day, we see her talking to her mom, and then she ends up going shopping with Brianna. And she was very honest, real, as far as the situation with her and Egypt. She was like, I'm glad Egypt finally admitted that don't nobody want Sam but her. What pisses me off though was that Pep bought into that bullshit, which is what I said when all this went down. That Pep was entertaining that shit. Like, it's one thing for Egypt and Sam to play that game, but Pep, you know damn well TT ain't want Sam. Like, stop it. Like, nobody wants Sam. Let's be clear. Nobody but Egypt wants Sam, and nobody but Egypt wants Sam. So then her mom, so they were talking about the baby shower and inviting Sam to the baby shower and stuff like that, and just talking about figuring out a way to coexist. Like, listen, I know Egypt is with Sam, how do I coexist with him? And so they had that conversation. Then when she was talking to Brianna, she was talking about basically this isn't where she thought she would be in her life. She said she hadn't told a lot of people about the pregnancy. She said at first she thought it was one reason, but she ultimately realized that there's a part of her that's sort of embarrassed that, and that she said she was in the process of getting her career on track and doing and working and things, and you know, she was like, I'm unemployed, I'm pregnant, I'm not married, and this is just not where I thought I saw my life. And so there's a part of her that's just sort of embarrassed that she is in this place. And then there's a part of her that I know she probably wants this guy to propose or to marry her, but she doesn't want to pressure him or doesn't want him to feel like he's pressured. And so she's sort of at that crossroads. And, you know, I feel for her because, you know, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? I feel where she's coming from, you know? So that was that. So then we had this whole situation between JoJo and Twixt. So we at Angela's pop-up event and the cameras weren't rolling yet. And it seems like JoJo came up on Twixt and he said something Twixt didn't like. So Twixt told him, you being disrespectful. I don't appreciate the way you talking to me. You don't talk to me that way. You don't disrespect me. And JoJo was like, what you talking about? And then production was there because they were trying to mic them up for the event. And so JoJo said he felt like, you know, once production kind of came in and told everybody to calm down, it was over. And then he said Lil Twixt mushed him. He pushed Lil Twixt swung on him. And so it was a whole thing. Of course, they didn't get none of it on camera because this wasn't part of the show. It wasn't a situation. They were getting ready for the scene. So both of them, you know, of course, both of their version of the story is, it sounds like Twixt might have already been in a bad mood and maybe something that JoJo said hit him wrong. And JoJo was like, but I didn't say nothing to you that different than any other time. But, you know, sometimes you could say something to me when you're in a good mood and it hit me different when you're in a bad mood. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But neither here nor there. That's how that went down. And then in the midst of all of that, while they trying to calm JoJo down and everything, here come the stalker. And I just, again, y'all tell me if I'm wrong. I just feel like they being real nonchalant about this whole stalker situation. I mean, yeah, they had security, but like JoJo had a whole conversation with the stalker. And JoJo even called Angela and was like, well, maybe he just a big fan. Angela was like, no. He drove from Detroit. He drove from Detroit to my house unannounced. Like, that's not a fan. Like, that's somebody that's special. She was like, yeah, I guess, yeah. So then, she was like, well, I'm not going to pull up until he's gone. And so, like, then they look up and he's actually in the damn store. And I'm like, well, how the hell? How he get past security? Honey, it was a lot. They finally got his ass up out of there. But I don't know. It just seemed to me like they was being real nonchalant about the thing. I mean, JoJo was inside shopping because they were at like a sneaker store or something. JoJo's inside shopping by now, and it was just a lot. Like, it just seemed real. It just seemed too calm to me. But anyway, so they were able to get rid of the stalker. And once the stalker was gone, then everybody's showing up. Brianna's there. Lil Easy comes with his wife and everything. And so then JoJo is telling, you know, Lil Easy what happened. Eric or whatever, what happened. And Twixt was there. So then, you know, JoJo went up to Twixt and was like, yo, Twixt, what's up? Like, we've been friends too long for this. Like, you know, you my little bro. But I really feel like, you know, I feel real disrespected by you. Like, what's up? Like, what's good? And Twixt was like, well, I feel the same. I feel like you disrespected me. You just need to watch how you talk to me. And JoJo was like, but I wasn't talking to you any different than I normally talk to you. Like, this is how we talk. And he was like, nah, it's different. And so from there, that's where the episode ended. So, of course, y'all know how they're going to do. They're going to carry it over till next week. But it looks like JoJo and Twixt actually get into another altercation that is on camera. So we'll see how that plays out. Next week is the season finale. Hopefully they cool, because I like them. I like them together. I like Twixt. I like JoJo. I think Twixt was having a bad day and something hit him sideways that maybe normally wouldn't have bothered him. But anyway, we'll see next week. Let me know what y'all think. Drop it in those comments. Peace.